Vice City and San Andreas when it comes to those games. GTA 3 is the lacking game. It's not even that great, to be honest. There's basic missions.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the James Rambling Show, coming at you live on Friday night. Tonight's your host, James May.
Hello, welcome back to the James Rambling Show. Today we're going to be talking about games. Before we get into that, I'm just going to have a disclaimer here. This is just my opinions in gaming. So, yeah. So let's start off with Halo. Now Halo, yeah, it's alright, but the new Halo game is just really bad in my opinion, and it could have been better. And there's just a lot around Halo where, you know, it just could have been better. But with this recent game, it just decided to be terrible and everything like that. Call of Duty, it's good, don't get me wrong, but recently Call of Duty hasn't been at its game with the additions of like Vanguard and stuff like that. But Cold War was good. It's just that there was Black Ops 4, which I didn't like, and Infinite Warfare and stuff. I did not like those games that much. That's sort of the thing here for those. Those are my takes on Halo and Call of Duty. Now let's move into like GTA. So, as you all know what GTA is, I've talked about it before, but my take on it is, you know, GTA 5 is a good game, GTA 4 is great. When it comes to GTA 3, I played the definitive edition for GTA 3 with Vice City and San Andreas when it comes to those games. GTA 3 is the lacking game. It's not even that great, to be honest. There's basic missions. It's not as good as GTA San Andreas, because GTA San Andreas probably has the best storyline, best missions. You have a jetpack. Area 51, it's like the best of the best. I just love it. GTA San Andreas is probably my favourite GTA. So we're gonna move into probably like some regrets I have about video games. So there was this one game I got right called the Avengers, and I loved it in the beginning, and then I realised how much I pre-ordered this and I didn't like it afterwards. It was $100, mind you, $100, and I decided to get it, and I realised it was just terrible, absolutely terrible. So yeah, that's sort of, those were hot takes on games that everyone knows and loves, in the Avengers game that I regret buying. Now when it comes to FIFA, it is not that great. You know, that was great in the beginning, and then it was just lacking after that. And I know I've said this with some other games, how there's good games and then it lacks, but FIFA is just the same game all the time. So I don't really get why people would hype it up. It's just football, the video game, and I'm not really a sports person or like a sports game person. I played like UFC, stuff like that. I don't really know much about Madden and NFL stuff. I've never really played those games. They don't interest me. I'm not from America, so it has no significance to me. And there was also this time when I played Skyrim, and I just played it so much and I got bored of it. There's been times where I've played games so much that I get bored of them. Suppose that's like a natural thing that happens. So like, you know, it's not really surprising. I don't really like, you know, there's like some games that I really get invested into, and then I just play them so much. And then there's some other games that I just drop, and that's kind of just the way I see games. If I like a game so much, I'm going to play it more. If I don't like a game that much, I'm not going to play it that much. And I've had hundreds and hundreds of games, man. Like, the amount of games I've played is insane. And I've had, like, so many games before on my Xbox. There's, like, 100 games at one point. But I'm glad I don't have as much games now. There's actually this one game that's sort of, we can intertwine this with Halo, Gears of War. I'm sure you all know about it. There's some very good games in that, but I don't think Gears of War 5 is the best. Like, sure, there's interesting concepts here, sort of thing, but Gears of War 5 is a downgrade. It could have been better. It decided to be worse and just the same old when it comes to Gears of War. That's all my thoughts on games. There's not a lot. I don't have a lot to say when it comes to video games. I've mentioned a few games on today's episode, but I might actually just mention about this whole PS5 and Xbox thing. If I don't know much about other games, I'm just gonna word my opinion on PS5 versus Xbox, okay? Or PlayStation and Xbox. Like, if you own an Xbox or a PlayStation, right, it's completely fine, right? We don't need to like have an entire war about it online. It's your prerogative, dude. Like, honestly, it's whatever, man. You just play that game, and I've actually not really played that many PlayStation games either. Like, I've not played Uncharted, I've not played any of those games before, because I've mostly been an Xbox person. That's probably why I know so much about Halo and Gears of War, because those are Xbox exclusives, so I would know a lot about that through playing those games. And yeah, so I don't have a lot to say about video games. So if this is a really short episode, I'm really sorry about that, but I just don't have a lot to say about video games. These are just some takes I had on video games. So we'll see you next week for another episode of the James Rambling Show. And wait, I completely forgot. There's so many games out there, right? Obviously, I like Minecraft, and I know I said that I didn't know what else to say about video games and stuff, but I just want to talk about Minecraft because Minecraft is a pretty decent game. Everyone talks about it. I don't think Minecraft is actually that bad. It's not really a hot take, but Minecraft is not even that bad. And as you can see, I have a lot of games. This is actually Red Dead Redemption here. I've played that. That was a very good game. I would recommend that game. And I know it's just I sound like I'm just finding any ideas for this episode, but I just never really play games that much now. The last time I played a game was like a month ago or something, like 3 weeks ago, because of how I was unwell and everything, so I wasn't able to play enough games. So I don't know what else to say, because I'm more into movies and books and stuff like that. I did say that I did talk about video games. I've talked about some video games on the podcast before. I did mention Halo Infinite and those sorts of games. So yeah, if this is a shorter episode, I'm sorry, but I'm just not that into video games as much as I'd like to say now. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today's episode. this might just be like 10 to 12 minutes because, well, that doesn't matter, but you're just going to be confused as to why this episode is going to be shorter than the others that have came out recently, where one episode is like 30 minutes and the other episode was like 20 minutes. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this episode. Watch the premiere if you can. So yeah, I'll see you next week for more of the James Ramblin' Show. You'll find out what we're talking about next week. So yeah, that is the gaming episode. Don't forget to play video games. Or don't forget, just, yeah. And I do have friends that like video games more than me, or they just know more about it than me. So I hope you like understood my perspective on video games. And yeah, I know I keep saying I want to end the episode and then I just think of something else off the top of my head, but dude, like, it is like 12 AM as I'm doing this, because the internet gets annoying sometimes, and I thought this was going to be out by now, but this, as I'm recording this right now, it is like 12:15, so hopefully, you know, I'll premiere this and you'll see it, and we will, yeah. I'm going to end this. I'm sorry if it's dragging out, even though, you know, I said it was going to end at like 10 minutes or something, so yeah, very sorry if this is a shorter episode. Yeah, I don't have a lot to say about video games, lol, bye.